Welcome back to FTB Infinity Expert Mode. I'm CZSurvivor, and today we're going to be working on creating some automation with AE. First of all, we're going to automate the production of some crystal purification, and then we're going to work on automating ore processing and some other crafting. But before we can do that, we need one very important item, and that item would be the ME controller. Now let's just quickly find this. So if we do this, I should have everything that's needed. Networking switchboard, which makes sense. Now the problem is, if we come over to the ME conduits, it's telling us we're 8 out of 8 channels. Now we're only allowed 8 channels on a basic network, and we're only allowed 8 channels on this regular ME glass cable. So first of all, what I want to do is stick a controller here. It does this fancy looking colour, which is nice. Now you'll see if we come over here, it's only going to say none out of 8 channels. Oh yeah, none out of 8 channels, because there is one here, and then here there are no channels. This is only conducting power to the inscribers. Here we should have something like 8 channels. Now there's a way to do this. We need a new type of ME cable. So cable, let's see if we can find it. We need this. Is it? No, it's not covered. It's, we use covered to make it this one. So we need the smart cable. So first of all, let's teach the thing how to make a smart cable. So we just want the regular blank stuff, which is crafted like so. Okay, we can't make that. We need the covered cable. Covered cable is made from that and a wool. So let's go get metric butt ton of string, and we'll teach the system how to make wool from string, which should be nice and good. So let's go up here and just quickly teach the thing how to do this. So, might also help if we teach it, well, ask it to craft us another 10 blank patterns, and then repick all the string that didn't go in. Blank patterns. Right, so let's put that in here. We should have enough space to get all those cables. So smart. So before we make the smart, we need to make the covered. The covered is made from wool. We'll make one of them. Do that. Stick that in here. And then we'll make the smart cable, like so. One of you. Stick you there. Teach the system how to make that. And we can have a look how these work. So we'll put this in here. And we'll ask it for a cable. We'll ask it for 2 smarts for now. Get it to craft that for us. And we'll insert these into the system. So if we put one here, it should say 1 of 8 channels being used, which is nice. But if we put one here, it should say, I think, 3 channels. Yes. Now we need to make. Now we can actually put back a few items. So we can put one there. We can put one there, and we need one more cable to go here. Now this system will say 6 of 8, which is good. Now the ME controller can hold 36 connections per face, so the base controller can hold a total of 32 times 6, which is 64 and 64 and 64, which I cannot remember. But the ME controller is a multi-block structure. Now, using a multi-block structure, you are going to lose a face where you connect 2 together. Then you're going to lose another face and another face, and depending on how you arrange it, you may lose more or less. But you can stack them together to create a big one, and it is a connected texture, and it looks pretty cool with that. So as I said, the first thing that we are going to be doing is the crystal growth acceleration, creating purified crystals. So first we'll want some crystal growth accelerators, 5 to be precise actually. So we'll need another 4, And I think we have exactly enough to craft this, like so. Next of all, we're going to need an open crate. This is a beautiful item from Britannia, and basically as soon as an item goes into it, it drops it, and it drops it perfectly down, which is a wonderful feature. Next, we're going to need some transfer, and we're going to need 2 world interaction upgrades, 1 of them, and this one. This is just the one that I was using before. It basically has all of the items in here whitelisted for when we are pulling in items. So, first of all, I want to stick down these crystal growth accelerators in a pattern. Now, you may notice that the crystal growth accelerators can only connect in a certain way. So, the way I like to do it is like so, and I put them like this, like this, like this, and that doesn't matter, we won't really see that there. 1 there, and 1 here. Then we need to connect these up, so we'll need, that bottom one's going to be a bit difficult to connect up. Maybe we'll raise this one up actually, since we are here. I should have really planned out this, but let's just take that away. Put the stone back here. Oh, looks like Screen Blast is on. We'll get into a chat with him in a second. I think we'll put... Let's see. A bottom one there, one there, one there, one there. Get a piece of stone again, and... 1 here, and that should be good. Then we just need to connect all the things up in a little bit of a funky manner, like so, and so. So yeah, back in a sec. So we're back. Screen Blast is here.
Yep.
And I decided that to be more energy efficient, we're going to go down the Steve's Factory Manager route, which is ridiculously expensive, requiring resident energy cells and advanced computers, electrical steel and invar, but hey, expense is not a problem. So we need 2 of you, and we need you. Next of all, we need a redstone emitter, 1 of you, and a item valve. I cannot remember which one this looks like. The item valve. Hello, what are you needing? You're needing a dropper, okay, and some hoppers, 2 of them, like so. Hello, thank you, mouse. And we need those inventory cables. That should be enough. So let's quickly set this up. So I want a ME toggle bus here. Now a toggle bus will allow and disallow power to come through. Now we don't want power to come through here. Actually, no. I think about it. Actually, I am going to want this. Ooh. Let's think about this, actually. Can't put the chest there. 1 second. Now, I have a system set up. After doing a bit of thinking, I have come up with it. So, what we have is the Steve's Factory Manager here. We've got an inventory cable connecting to the semi-interface. This connects into the chest. Then we've got an inventory cable here, which is connecting the valve and the redstone emitter. So, how is this working? When you take a look, we have 3 trigger lines. So, in the first trigger line, we are looking at this chest, and we are looking for items to be any of these. So redstone, nether quartz and charged scissors quartz, that creates us our regular fluix. And this scissors quartz is fuzzy detection, so any of the seeds, because they all come under the same ID value, it'll detect them. So it's like, okay, is any of these exist? Do they? Do they not? Then, over here on this second detection line, it is looking in the item valve, and it's looking for the item to output to be a fluid crystal or the pure crystals, and these are the precise amounts because we only want these extracting. And then finally on the final condition line, this is the fancy bit. This bit here we could do with just having the open crates and the transfer node, But this bit here, this allows me to do one very fancy thing. So here we have a little condition. So it's looking at the item valve. Then it's checking to see whether, if any Scissors Quartz seeds or any of the applied energy seeds, because we've got fuzzy detection, is in here. If that is true, it turns on the redstone emitter here, which will allow power to flow into here. So let's give it a go. Pure, which one do we want? We don't have many of them. Let's ask for 20 of these, and we have enough to do this. Okay, so what we'll see is a bunch of seeds popping in here. Next of all, we'll see this turn on once it realizes, and this is going to speed up the growth. And then once it's done, those items will be sucked out, which is wonderful. All this compacted into this. Excellent. So we're going to create some sag mills. Now I've got enough to make 4 machine chassis. I just made enough, but I only want 2 sag mills for now. So we're just going to craft 2 of them, so that's 1, 2. Now I'm going to do auto ore processing here. So first of all, I'm thinking here we'll have our sag mills. Now in the middle we'll put a actually, can I put a chest there is the question. No. Oh, what block can I put there that can be opened?
Just found silverwood sapling and
that breaks what I'm planning.
a magical
okay then.
Forest.
We topple this over onto its side. I think will work. Or you just topple this onto its side like so, and then we have ME cables and an ME export bus. So we need a regular export bus like so. So we need one of those. I think it's formation. Oh.
I've found another silverwood sapling.
Formations, and we're missing fluid stuff. So we can now get the export bus. Hello, and we can put it on here, like so. Now on here we're going to teach it to export specific items. So let's grab one of our ores. Now we're going to be mining up this ore. And we want to tell the system to export this ore into that chest. And we want to tell these that, hey, you can pull from that one, and you can also pull from that chest. We're also going to want to export into the back of these. Do we want to do exporting, or should we do routing? Because we're going to have an ME interface on here anyway.
The routing, it's much cleaner.
Just don't need all those. Yeah, we might move that up. Yeah, we're going to do routing. So we're going to get an ME interface. One of them. Oh, we're missing fluix dust. Great. Right, I'm just going to create 20 of you. Oh, we need more of that. Right, back in a sec. So I've changed the setup a little. What I'm doing is I'm going to use a bunch of ME interfaces up here to import and output items to go to places. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell into here, well actually no, up to the top, they are not allowed to take, well they're only allowed to take certain items, and up at the top we're going to put a bunch of redstone furnaces like so. So on here I'm going to tell these to always active, always active. Now this is also stocking flint. You are going to be on insert, out, in and out. You're going to be in and out, and you're going to be on extract, always active, and extract, always active. Now in here flint is going. We'll have to teach the system how to automatically craft flint, but flint has a modifier. It increases main output, the bonus output, and reduces power consumption, which is wonderful. So I'm just going to split those evenly for now. Next of all, we're going to need power to come along here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that there with ME conduit, and I'm also going to need some ender. Oh, would it be better just to run pipes underneath? Let's see, what is actually under here? It'd probably be best actually to run it here when I think about it.
Ominous wood.
Okay, what's above here? Nothing.
That
What's
wood.
below here? Nothing. So we're okay to run regular energy. Let's see which way is the best power source. So I had an ingenious idea. Unfortunately, we need something to do it. So first of all, we need a slice and splice, which is crafted like so. So we need an iron axe, shears, and this. And then I think we are not doing it with wither skulls. Why are the wither skulls in there? It was just one. Well, we'll do it with a regular skull because they are much more abundant. We'll do it with creeper because we have loads and loads of creepers. I think we also need a zombie one for the crafting that we're going to do with the slice and splice. So, with this slice and splice, it's designed to make some advanced things. So, there's our slice and splice. Now, what we want to create is a Z-logic processor. So, we'll just stick it here for now. And in here, we need some axe and a shear, which is annoying. So, axe. Thank you. And shear. Thank you. Doesn't matter, we have unlimited iron, so we might as well use that. And we'll stick these in here. Now we want to make a I think it's a Z dash logic. Yes, it is a dash, which is 2 solarium, redstone, silicon, and a zombie head. So we'll put the zombie head in there, and we need some solarium, which is 2 soul sand and 2 gold. So back in a sec, we are back, and we're going to put this in. Oh, I've just learned something.
What?
You know how all the axes have 1 durability mostly?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, actually, the stone axe doesn't have 1 durability, but the iron axe does. When you stick it in the slice and splice, 1 durability gets knocked off, it gets destroyed. Wonderful. So the best
What's
one
the
to
slice
use,
and splice?
it's basically for making advanced things. So we've either got to use dark axes or stone axes. I think we'll go with stone axes. Since they're cheaper. I can't believe that. The ability to attempt to balance it has kind of broke it. So I may or may not have accidentally created a Z-Logic controller before by misclicking. Possibly. But it doesn't matter. Here we go. Here we've got our Z-Logic controller, and it should take 1 durability off the thing, which is wonderful. So we can now craft our filters. We're going to use... where is the filter? Where is it? It is that one. So we need that.
Does the watering can work on saplings?
I don't know, and that. Next of all, we want to create this snapshot one, so we need this, 1, 2, and then we need... Does it work on what?
Sapling. As in tree,
Yes.
baby.
Right, so I've just created those 2. I did actually only want to create 1 for this point, but yeah. Right, so let me explain. So the regular basic item filter can filter 5 items. The advanced item filter can filter 10 items, which unfortunately isn't enough for us, because if you look in this chest, there is more than 10 ores, and there will be more ores to add to this list. Fortunately, we have something known as an existing item filter. So we stick this in here, and we say snapshot, and we click on show. Now this will filter all these items, which is wonderful. Now we tell it to ore dictionary enabled, because we can get different types of ores, and just in case we do, for example, we have got 2 types of copper here, thermal expansion and industrial craft. So this will deal with that, and we have it on
This tree is very high sapling production.
Good. Blacklist, I think, would be the option because we are going to be putting this into here. So we stick these in here because we don't want into here ores to go. We only want dusts. So, oh yeah, that thing. Was that? Oh, never mind. So out of here we should be pulling items. Now we want it to insert into here. So you should be pull out. Extract always active. So you're going to suck things out. And into here. Oh, we're going to need to blacklist all the dusts.
Okay, when I said the productivity on this tree is high, I initially had 1 sapling. I'm now at 50 plus.
That's good. That is good.
Okay, now it's over a stack.
That's
I'm
a
just
problem.
draining 6 bones, so almost done.
I need to tell this not to accept stuff. Right, back in a second. And I've changed the system again, but this time it should be fully functional and not have to worry about anything changing. So up here I have some export buses, 2 capacitor cards to allow for more space, acceleration card to run faster, and a fuzzy card so it uses order dictionary. And I've got a scheduling mode, export using round robin, and I've done the same here, but I need to get the rest of the ores to do that. So if I quickly dump these ores in the ME network, this will be the first step for the system just to get rid of that mess. These should start filtering into here. We'll see. Like these start filling up. And this is just an item buffer. I could have gone with chests, but I don't like the fact that they're not a full block. These are more expensive, but they work as a full block. So into here are going the ores. Then these dusts are getting filtered up into here via this, which is beautiful. No self-feeding, comes out of the brown on here and into the brown, and pulls out on the green up to here. So we might actually not need these filters now that I think about it. Yes, we will. We'll need those filters because we're going to be running dense ores on this line as well. That'll be the problem. We will need them. I knew there was a reason.
Also, don't forget the nether variants.
Oh yes, and the nether ores. That's a lot. That's a lot of ores.
A tiny minority, but the ender ones as well.
They're not like it's a duplicate. It's a different. There's different ores. It's got the dragonic ore and the amethyst. But yeah. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, hit that like button. Got any comments, questions? Drop them down in the comment section below. I'll answer if possible. New to channel, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. Stay well and Survivor out.
Yes, and I have now found new Darkwood. Buy now, only $6.99. Postage and packaging is ridiculous price, so I insist that you buy lots.